What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin here, coming at you with my hands-on and first impressions video of the Samsung Galaxy A52 5G. So let's get started. Now, this device was recently launched by Samsung, and this is the international variant of the phone, so keep that in mind. But the phone did recently launch officially in the US. Now, before I show you all around the actual phone itself, let's take a closer look at everything that comes included here in the box. So you can see here is the box, A52 5G. This phone is offered in 4 different colors. This is the awesome violet variant of the phone, but you can also get it in awesome blue, awesome white, and awesome black. Now, if you are getting this phone from a carrier, such as Metro by T-Mobile, for example, you might not have a full selection of colors, so keep that in mind. But really, no matter what color you get this phone in, it really is a great looking handset. But we'll take a closer look at the hardware in a second here. But here is the box, Galaxy A52 5G. We've got a picture of the phone right here. Then inside, we do have a USB wall adapter for charging. So this is an adaptive fast charger. We also have a USB-C cable for charging and data transfer. We have a SIM card removal tool. And then, like I said, this is the international variant of the phone. So what we're getting here in the box is a little bit different compared to North America. But if you do get the international variant of the device, then you will also get a clear plastic case included. And I believe with the North American variant of the phone, there is no case included in the box, but that's not really a big deal either way. It's kind of more of a thin, clear plastic case that you'd use as kind of a temporary thing until you get something that's a bit more durable. But with this device, we're getting a very large display at 6.5 inches. The phone features Gorilla Glass 5 on the actual display itself, so that's really awesome. It's nice that we're getting some decently durable glass here on the phone. The display itself is Super AMOLED and does feature a 120 Hz refresh rate. So essentially, with 120 Hz, everything is going to run very smoothly when you're going around the interface here. So that's definitely more of a premium feature, but it also is really surprising to see it here with an A-series phone. But I'm definitely really glad that we do have it. Now, the display itself is 1080p. Colors are super bright. They really do pop and look fantastic. So I'm a big fan of that. We're getting a PPI of 407. We're getting a 20:9 aspect ratio, and we're getting an 84.1% screen to body ratio. So we're getting small bezels overall. Now up top here, we are getting a hole punch for the front facing camera, and I do appreciate that the hole punch is pretty small here, but in that hole punch is a 32 megapixel front facing camera, which is certainly very awesome. Now again, depending on which variant of the phone you get, you could either get it in 128 gigs or 256 gigabytes, but either way, the phone does come with microSD card expansion. I believe with the North American version of the phone, they're offering it with 128 gigs and then 6 gigabytes of RAM. Now, there is no wireless charging with the Galaxy A52 5G, but we do get a fingerprint sensor built into the display. And it's actually decently quick. Maybe not quite as fast as a flagship phone, but still, it works really well. So I'm certainly a big fan of that. And then we also do get Face Unlock here with the phone as well. So I appreciate that we are getting multiple methods to getting into the phone. Now with this device, we're getting a quad camera setup here. So we're getting a 64 megapixel main camera, a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera that can take photos at up to 123 degrees. We're getting a 5 megapixel depth sensing camera, and a 5 megapixel macro camera for close-up images. And this phone does support portrait mode with both the rear and front cameras. So if you're a fan of getting really nice blurred out backgrounds, then this phone might be a really good fit for you. Now here's how things look through the camera app on the device. Here is the standard camera right here. Then from here we can switch over to the ultra wide angle camera, which allows us to fit a lot more content into the frame. We can then go over to the More tab to access the macro camera, which allows us to take close-up images that are in really good detail. So that's pretty awesome. We can also go over to portrait mode to get those nice blurred out backgrounds. And then from here, we can flip around to the front-facing camera to get blurred out backgrounds as well with portrait mode. Or if you just want to take regular selfies, you have that ability as well. And there's even a special mode here to kind of crop out a bit to get a group selfie. So if you are looking for a mid-range phone that's going to give you a variety of different photo and video options with the camera, then the A52 5G might be a really good fit for you. Now with this device, like I mentioned earlier, depending on which variant you get, it comes with either 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, but most people that buy this phone in North America likely will be getting the 6 gigabyte of RAM variant, which is totally fine. This phone features the Qualcomm Snapdragon 750G processor, and I did run a Geekbench 5 benchmark test here with the phone, and I'll show you the scores from that test right now. So you can see here, we got a single core score of 647 and a multi-core score of 1939. So in general, pretty impressive there. But what I recommend doing is running this test on your current phone and then compare your scores to these scores to get a better idea of whether or not the A52 5G is going to be a performance upgrade for you. Now video recording with the Samsung Galaxy A52 5G maxes out at 4K at 30 FPS with both the rear and front cameras. So that's definitely very impressive. And I'm certainly looking forward to taking a variety of different photos and videos with this phone as I prepare for the full review video. Now with the Galaxy A52 5G, we're getting a 4,500 milliamp hour internal battery, and this phone does support 25 watt fast charging. Now the software that we're getting here with the phone is Android 11, running Samsung's One UI 3.0. So if you have used Samsung phones in the past, then this interface will be very familiar to you. And I'm actually a pretty big fan of it because Samsung has added in a variety of different extra features that you typically would not find with stock Android. So that's definitely nice. Now with this device, we are getting NFC, and this phone is also IP67 certified. So that means it's going to be dust and water resistant, and if it does go underwater, it can go up to 1 meter underwater for up to 30 minutes. Another cool thing too about the A52 5G is that we are getting stereo speakers with audio coming out of both the earpiece and the main speaker on the bottom. That's actually a pretty nice improvement compared to the A51 5G that we had last year. But we are going to be comparing those two devices in very great detail here on the channel very shortly, so definitely stay tuned for that content. Now taking a look at the left side of the phone, we have nothing here. Then on the right side of the phone, we have the power button, volume down and volume up. Then on the top of the phone, we have the noise canceling microphone. And then we also have the slot for the micro SD card and SIM card. Then on the bottom of the phone, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, microphone, USB-C port for charging and data transfer, and we have the main speaker. On the back of the phone, we have just the camera module with the flash, and then the Samsung logo. But otherwise, it certainly is a very minimalist design here. Now, I'm actually a big fan of that, and I also like that the material on the back of the phone is not reflective because it doesn't really pick up too many fingerprints. Like, you can kind of see that there are some fingerprints, but overall, compared to phones that have a glossy back, this is really nothing. So I'm definitely really happy about that. But in general, I'm really excited about the Samsung Galaxy A52 5G. Definitely stay tuned for more content about this device here on the channel. And if you have any specific suggestions, let me know as well. And then also, to see the most up-to-date pricing for the phone, as that does change from time to time, take a look at the links in the video description. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Kevin here. This is the Samsung Galaxy A52 5G, and I will see you in the next video.